Hello and welcome to Hot Chips, where we talk about video games, which you love. And if you like us, then hit subscribe because we're doing videos every Tuesday and Thursday. But today, we're going to be talking about your most number one must-play game for 2016.
Most number one top-play game.
But before we do that, we do have a giveaway.
We do?
Right.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, if you're a PlayStation 4 owner, it is PlayStation 4 only, isn't it?
Yeah, it's PlayStation 4.
We have a digital copy of the remastered Gravity Rush, which you can win just by telling us what your most anticipated PlayStation game is of 2016.
So chuck that down in the comments below.
Yeah, comments
only
below.
ones below count. And this is for New Zealanders only. So if you're watching this from anywhere outside New Zealand, sorry, the code probably won't work. So don't worry about it.
We'll give it to you, but it won't work.
It just won't work.
Entries close Friday the 15th of February.
Is it 15th?
I think so.
12th?
Yeah, check it.
Friday.
It's Friday.
Around the 12th or 15th, that Friday.
Yeah. It's a good game. I've played it. I played it on Vita, so it's great. I loved it, and I want to see it come to PlayStation 4 because I'm excited about that.
HD.
So, there is a Gravity Rush 2 coming out this year. Is that anyone's most anticipated game?
It's
of
not.
2016?
Is it yours?
You
love it.
You love the...
Yeah, I'm
original.
excited about it.
Yeah.
It's not my most anticipated, but I'm definitely going to play it because I enjoyed the first one.
Right. I haven't played the original. Didn't even know there was a sequel coming. So not anticipated for me. Should I be excited about it?
The first one, I guess it's good. I really enjoyed the characters. I thought the gameplay was really unique. It did become repetitive. And I think that, the kind of the first game of the series, you could say the first Uncharted is really repetitive.
Sure.
It's kind of ironing out the bugs. That's why I'm excited for the second one.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take those great characters, that great kind of unique gameplay, and build on that on the PlayStation 4. It's going to be really good, and I am really excited about that.
Yeah.
But it's not my number one.
No. Let's not talk about number ones. Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's talk about ones that we're excited for.
Yeah.
And sort of wrap up with our number one.
Right. I can't remember anything.
Right. So
I've ruined you.
No, I do remember a couple. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Hit me with one.
Okay. One of my most anticipated games coming out is on the 3DS, and it's coming out in the next month or so, which is Fire Emblem Fates.
Yes.
Which looks fantastic.
Yes.
It's had a lot of... it's been in the news a little bit recently in regards to censorship and localization and stuff. Yeah. There's been talk that one of the petting mini games, which wasn't in Awakening,
which is really weird.
It is weird. It's like a very Japanese thing, right? Yeah. It's in a lot of Japanese games, and it's from the sound. It's in a few. It's in more Japanese games than it's in Western games, right?
Yeah.
And it's really weird because the idea behind it was you could only do it to the character that your character married. So it was a thing between you and your partner.
Oh, right.
And it was kind of like a little romance mini game that at the end of it, I don't know, it wasn't too gratuitous. It was not like some of the Japanese sort of erotic games you can get or anything like that.
I saw it even.
Yeah. And the idea was that you get a bit of a benefit. Your character gets a bonus. Right. And the character you've been petting
not a baby.
gets a bonus.
So
not a baby. It's like a stat bonus.
But it's weird because you're petting this character's forehead and stuff. Yeah. And they're purring or something.
And they're giggling. They're giggling a bit.
It's real weird because if you played Pokemon, you know that you can do it with Eevee and she turns into Sylvie. Yeah. Whatever.
Any virtual pet.
Yeah. Not a person though.
What, she evolves?
Yeah, you can evolve Eevee by petting.
She evolves from a good petting.
Yeah, and you give them cupcakes.
That I didn't know. Okay. I learn something about Pokemon every day.
It turns into the fairy one.
Okay, that's cool.
I did that for ages. I was just giving her cupcakes and stuff.
Whoa,
and I was
like... So you can do that with your Fire Emblem wife.
Yeah, that's weird.
Pet her. I don't know if you can give her cakes or anything.
Yeah.
But you can pet them and get a bonus. Now, eagle-eyed viewers from the internet have noticed that the little exclamation point that arrives or appears over your tent in the map on Fire Emblem's Fates in the localized version still appears. So there's still something, maybe they've replaced the minigame with something else, because effectively by removing the minigame, they're removing a way for you to get a bonus for you and your spouse, right? Yeah. So there's obviously still something, but what that is is yet to be sort of announced.
Let's be fair. If they got rid of the exclamation mark, Metal Gear fans would get pissed. So
there is that.
There is that.
And I'm a Metal Gear fan now, so yeah.
Yeah, I love Fire Emblem. I finished it. I started again and finished Fire Emblem Awakening over the break. Awakening. We should have a counter. That's just me pronouncing shit wrong. Because I do it all the time.
Yeah. I'm going to follow in those footsteps soon. The Awakening business.
So you actually finished something over the holidays.
I did, and it was great, and I loved it, and super excited for Fates.
Cool.
I think we could have a whole discussion about the localization thing, which we might do at a later date.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
But what else? What else we got?
Well, that's my first anticipated.
So I've, funnily enough, all the ones that I remember are of the same friggin' genre and of the same friggin' type. Yeah. So I just remember medieval fighting games. So we got Deliverance coming. That looks so bad. I thought you
Which one was
Deliverance?
Amazing. That was shown at E3 last year.
But I feel like the gameplay is going to get really stale.
What is it?
Iffy. Deliverance. It's a medieval third-person fighting game. So action fighting game.
But what about For Honor?
Kingdom Come Deliverance. For Honor is that.
It looks
mint. Oh, sorry. I'm getting confused. Sorry. Kingdom Come Deliverance is the same thing but first person and open world.
Why do they always make the same game at the same time? Like, it happens all the time.
Well, yeah.
It happens with movies as well.
It does, like when the first Michael Bay Transformers movie came out, there was a straight-to-DVD movie called Transmorphers.
Oh, no, that's
that was amazing.
Those are rippers. This is different. These are real games who started like ages ago.
Oh, so this is like Finding Nemo and Shark's Tale.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Like that was just coincidence.
Oh, bugs and ants.
Yeah. Although I think that one, I'm dubious.
So For Honor and Deliverance.
I got my money on For Honor.
For Honor does look fantastic. That's what I was actually talking about. It does look fantastic. I think Deliverance looks fantastic, but it's very niche. It's very, very niche. And another one, which I don't know if you guys have heard of, but Mountain Blade. The next Mountain Blade is coming out.
You always bring up something.
Mount and Blade. I thought you said Mountain.
Okay, my head is dug in the world of gaming.
Yeah, you've got this depth of knowledge of these games that aren't quite mainstream.
They totally are. They are mainstream. You just don't know about too much PC freaking content. I love you guys.
That's true.
So that's another third person, but it's a mixture of those two. It's a mixture of For Honor and Kingdom Come Deliverance because it's third person and it's very, very action oriented. But it's also open world and you get to create your own character and sort of get in there. It's very, very cool. It looks amazing. It looks like it's going to add quite a lot on to the series. But quite a lot of medieval fighting games coming up that I'm excited for. I'm keen to get into all.
Yeah, I'm really excited for For Honor. I think it's one of the ones.
So they all blur into one because I know they were all shown off. Probably will, but they're all just blurred into one now. Yeah. Which is the one where you play online and you meet up with each other and you actually have that looks cool. That looks badass.
Yeah, it's 3-on-3.
Get your quick multiplayer games. That's like Chivalry. Yeah. And War of the Roses. I'm just gonna keep on saying stuff just to confuse him.
Yeah, I'm out.
They're just all in one pile of fantasy medieval craziness. So Jordan, what's one of your anticipated games? Not the most anticipated.
Yeah, because that's
number
the thing.
2, number 3.
There's only really, Fire Emblem Fates was one, but I've got my most anticipated, and it's sitting there, and it's like kind of one of the ones that I just keep thinking about. I'm just trying to and it kind of clouds over everything else. But if Horizon Zero Dawn comes out this year, which is 50-50.
It's meant to be this year, but it'll be delayed.
Yeah. I think that would be really cool. I'm excited for that. Uncharted. I'm not that excited about. We can talk about that at a later date because I've got some problems with that game.
Yeah, we can do an Uncharted special, I think.
Yeah. I want to watch it because it looks fantastic and it looks like a video game movie. I love it. Yeah, it's so beautiful and everything moves and I'm captivated by it, but I wouldn't play it. I want to watch someone play through it.
Did you watch or play Metal Gear Solid 5?
I watched quite a lot of it. It did look quite fun. I have to say.
Yeah, that to me was would be a really good game to watch the cinematic side of things. Probably a bit boring to watch the mission side of things, but
it depends what approach they took and how long how quick they were. It's fun watching someone who has played the mission before kind of try to speedrun it. Yeah, it's very everything's go. Yeah. But if you're watching someone trying to figure it out, it's like and you really want them to do it a certain way, and you're like. Yeah.
So what are you liking about Horizon? Let's assume Horizon's coming out this year.
I just like that it's something completely different, something new.
It's quite fresh.
Well, it's action adventure. It's the kind of the basis of that. But the the different enemy types that I can imagine. It's almost like a Monster Hunter type variety of game, right?
And that is why it's my number one most anticipated game for 2016.
Yep.
Because it looks to me like it is going to be the Monster Hunter HD game that I've been just waiting for.
Nice.
Yeah, that's number one for me.
Yeah.
So we kind of cut through to
I can see that.
So.
Like, it's not my number one because I don't think we've seen enough of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a couple of launch trailers. Probably pre-rendered. Like, how much of that was actual gameplay?
No, I think that was real time because they
that
showed
was all
off.
gameplay.
They
say
showed
it's
off.
real
No.
time.
They after E3 they showed off the same sort of area again.
Yeah.
But a whole bunch of gameplay surrounding it as well, like leading into it and then getting into that massive fight with it and bringing it down.
Yeah.
And it was played completely different to the first one that was shown off. And I would be surprised if if it is pre-rendered.
So is it going to be a multiplayer co-op?
It doesn't say.
Huh.
Again, like you said, they haven't really shown off a lot of information. It could go from my number one most anticipated to not being on my list. If they start showing things that move it away from being Monster Hunter, then my interest may actually drop off. If it turns into just like another like Far Cry Primal, where it is just another like a Far Cry game that has points where you've got to go to and just do missions. And these big things are just a mission on the way between a bunch of all these side quests, then I'm not interested. But if it is like your character is part of a tribe and you need to go out and become a warrior and bring things down and use the things that you pilfer off these dinosaurs to make better equipment and better armor, sign me up. That'll be amazing.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They've shown, I guess, just enough for you to make your own assumptions about it.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what they want, right?
Yeah.
So
they want you to dream so they can disappoint. Interesting, like you guys are very much talking about gameplay and like what's going on there. I'm more excited for Horizon Zero Dawn based on its world. Like I want to find out why these dinosaur creatures are robotic. I want to find out like what happened to humanity. Is it the same kind of? Is it our universe or have they created something new?
I think they showed off video of it being set after us.
Oh yeah.
So it is
after
post-apocalyptic.
That's very cool because I just went like the machines have taken over, but there's grass everywhere and they're dinosaurs. Like why? But, Like somebody makes a dinosaur monster and there's a factory that makes them and the humans aren't destroying the world. Yeah, I see that happening.
Yeah.
Solar beings, probably solar powered.
Yeah. I think the world looks amazing. It looks like to me it's got probably the most interesting world that I've seen in any game for this year.
Yeah.
It has the most intriguing. I want to be in that world. I want to know more about that world. I want to explore it. It looks great. Yeah. So what's your number one? We'll talk about my number one now.
My number one. Okay, so we're not going to explore.
We cut to the chase now.
Yeah, we'll cut to the chase now. So I've got a real contention here. I don't know which way I'm going to go. But it's a big tie-up between Mafia 3 and The Division. So Mafia 3, I loved Mafia 2. Trying to get into Mafia 1. I'll see if I can do that a bit later in the year before Mafia 3 comes out. But just the world building, the way the story works and the way the game's mechanic worked just really pulled me in on Mafia 2. It was fantastic. Yeah. Loved it to bits. So I'm very, very keen to see what happens with Mafia 3 because it looks like it's
When's that coming out?
I don't know.
I think it's quarter four.
Oh, yeah, I think they don't really officially have a release date. That was one of the ones where I don't have a release date for it. But my other one is The Division, and that's like it's hard to make that a most anticipated game because it's more for the multiplayer elements and it's more for. I want to make you play the beta and just like have you see what you think about it because it's just.
I'm sure it's well polished and the gameplay is really good and stuff. But like as we talked about the world building before, I reckon The Division has one of the most boring looking worlds.
Well, you can
it's
feel
so
that way.
glum. Like
You're
it's
entitled.
so dim. Like, is it good? Is the world good?
If you put The Division next to Horizon, it's like night and day.
Well, we know very different. Like we don't know anything about the Horizon.
True.
Come on,
we're just talking about the world.
Are going to build and. But yeah, like the world and the Horizon, like it's very out there and it's more sci-fi and interesting. I'm not usually interested in our world kind of stories. But The Division is interesting enough because it takes our world and go, oh look, there's a whole bunch of sleeper agents all around the place. I think that's really cool. And you're just like, oh, they're coming out of nowhere. And like they had a lot of the stories before where some guy had a family and he's like, just by the way, here's a gun under the fridge and I'm going to go and save stuff. Yeah. And it was just like, what? It was great. It was real fun.
Can you play single player?
Yeah, you can. No. There's a big story.
Oh,
there's like, okay, so you come into the world, and this is in the beta, so there's not many spoilers or anything. You come into the world, and it's already gone to complete shit, right? Everything is just like the apocalypse is broken down. The disease has wiped out most of the city, if not the world. I don't know where they're going with that, but they've sectioned off New York. I'm pretty sure it's under quarantine. Everyone else is okay. New York has gone to shit. and you're with your new CEO of the division of that faction. I think they're just called the division. And you're an agent of the division, and the previous CEO has died. Like some kind of explosion happened at the beginning. Like everyone started.
He's
rioting.
coming back. You know that
He
guy's
might be
coming
coming
back.
back. But you've never met him before. He's died. You're on a plane. Your new CEO is like bandaged and bloody, and you land in the middle of New York, and she's like, I can't do anything. I can't go out into the field. That's all I wanted to do. But now I have to sit here and command you assholes from here. So that's great. She's got a great personality, and it sort of brings you into the world. They've got amazing characters, and that's the thing. They've only got you go straight to your base of operations. I'm going in and out of everything. You go to your base of operations, and there are 3 wings. There's your tech wing, your medical wing, and the security wing. And each of those wings has one character that you have to go out and save and bring back to make those wings operational. And then you do missions for each of those wings to upgrade them, and they've all got a story to them. And you go through that story. I don't know if they've got branching paths or whatever that you can do to actually get through a main story, but I think you just affect New York and you can do those stories as you
I'm surprised because everything I've ever seen about that game has been the multiplayer.
Yeah, well, that's their focus because they're probably trying to catch the wave of things like DayZ and all that kind of stuff. It's in between that and in the demo I didn't even see any infected. I completely forgot about the infected. But in the game there is going to be a type of infected that you fight. So it's sort of like taking The Last of Us. This is how I see it. Taking The Last of Us and then taking the gameplay of Gears of War and turning that into a 4-player DayZ. In the Dark Zone, and it's all done that you like. Yeah, I know you think it doesn't work well.
Yeah, I think it's just
so
niche.
They've meshed it so perfectly that it just works for everything, and you can do what you want, and it plays well.
But if I want to play online, I don't have to play with 3 others.
No, you can play.
I can just jump in and then meet up with a random team and join their team. And
you can play with random.
And that's I really like that.
Like you can.
I really like the fact that you can fool people into letting them join.
Yeah.
You join their little group, getting whatever reward is, and wiping them out and taking it all for yourself. And
that would be really hard to do. You could do that.
Yeah. People will be doing it. People will be
I don't think they will be. Because there's a lot
try.
of systems to make that too difficult to happen. So it gives you like a 20-second time before you can leave a squad.
Yeah.
And the amount of stuff that those 3 people can do just to stay alive.
Right.
And just run away from you.
So there's no instant kills. You can't sneak up and slit someone's throat or anything like that.
So you have to down them first. Right. And then you have to go in and melee them, or it takes ages to actually hit them down and kill them.
Okay, you've just removed one of the things I was looking forward to.
You think?
I was looking forward to the uncertainty of like if I bring someone in, are they gonna
You
actually
can kind of get that
mess with me
with randoms, but it's more to do with enemy squads than it is to do with your team. Your team is supposed to be your team, but the betrayal mechanics in that in general just are really great versus enemy teams and trying to chase them down once they've still got that rogue status and taking them down. That's a real, and also being at the extraction zone and having everyone sort of around you trying to extract at the same time. You don't know if somebody's about to sticky bomb the entire area as soon as you all converge on the extraction point, or if everyone's going to extract and be fine. I had this situation in the beta where we'd called it for an extraction. We were all sitting on the rooftops and no one was around, and then the extraction came and we were like, oh, there's no one around, so we went in and we extracted our gear. About 50 guys from every direction came in and extracted with us and then dissipated. We were like, what?
I don't know what you mean by extract.
I didn't follow
so when you go into the dark zone, you can pick up gear by either killing NPCs, finding it on other players. There's a fly. There's Amy. Finding it on other players, or picking it up in crates and things like that. So there's a bunch of ways to get gear in the dark zone. The only way to leave with that gear, you can't extract, you can't wear it as soon as you've got it because it's contaminated. It needs to be decontaminated.
Right.
The only way to extract it, you can't leave the dark zone with your gear. It will disappear.
Good.
The only way to extract it.
We're just like the points of reference at the moment is we have none of them.
Right. Okay. So that was your most anticipated game of the year.
By a bunch of things. You have to go to a point and you have to extract it by calling a helicopter. You are.
Yeah. No. But
I'm explaining.
But I just don't know how like. And I don't need the answer today. But like you're saying, you go to your team extracts, but then 50 others extract with you and leave.
No.
How are they leave?
This is what I was explaining. So you get gear, you go to a location, you call for a helicopter.
Yeah.
Once that helicopter comes, you can put your gear on the helicopter and it goes away.
Yeah.
So that helicopter is public. Anyone can put their gear on the helicopter.
There we go.
So the helicopter's getting overloaded and it's just like pumping out.
No,
That's the
because
thing. Only four people, or I think it's 4 to 6. You might be able to get 6 helicopters.
Yeah.
Not 6 helicopters. 6 slots on a helicopter can load onto it.
Right,
so only a certain
right.
number of people can extract.
I thought you were extracting yourself.
You extract
getting
the gear,
out of there,
and then that's what I was trying to explain.
Cool.
Yeah.
But you just want to laugh
Jordan.
at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't like the game, but it's the one of the few games that I've played in a very long time where every little bit works together and it plays so smoothly. Like all the animations, there's no janky animations. You're gonna love it because you love animations.
I'm looking forward to it. It's
Yeah.
not my most anticipated, but I'm definitely anticipating it. I think it's gonna like scratch my Monster Hunter itch for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
The 4 players go out and do stuff. I like that co-op, 4-player co-op sort of feel.
I think it'll scratch the itch of a lot of story people
Yeah,
as well because it takes the best of The Last of Us and gives it some really great characters, but then gives a lot more human aspects and mixes it with those infected aspects.
Yeah, I imagine we'll do a review of it as well when it comes.
I hope so. I'd like to jump on that. I'd like to get a copy of that for sure.
My number one most anticipated game. We're still on that. Yeah,
Yes, well, the one that clouds everything else.
Which is it's and I'm gonna say it's a strange game even by like it kind of snuck up on me and I didn't know that it would kind of like take my imagination like this.
So not Persona 5 then.
It is Persona 5.
Oh, what? I just ruined the surprise.
Yeah. Because the thing is, the Persona games and the gameplay, I'm not overly fond of that kind of turn-based RPG mechanic that in those really long type of games. But there's just like so much in the way of character that I love in the Persona series. And the fact that there's going to be a whole new character, it's a completely original story. It's the first Persona numbered game since 2006, 2000, like...
Yeah, about that time,
Yeah, so it's 10 years in the making. And just from what they've released in terms of the way their landing page website looks, the way they're portraying the trailers, the soundtrack already, like I don't care about the gameplay at all. The whole just feel of the game has like drawn me in to the point where it's like I don't care if the gameplay's shit. I'm just gonna fall in love with all these characters and just ride the story to the end. And usually with games that are of a lot like long RPGs, just turn me off completely. But I'm ready to jump in for 100 hours.
Will you finish it?
Yeah.
Would you put money on it?
Yeah, I think I would.
Can we put? So, do you know when it comes out?
No, it's not gonna.
When I say finish it, I don't mean I finish it 3 years later. I mean like finish it within the year that it comes out.
Yeah. I think I mean, I feel like there's a time limit on games with me. Like if it takes over a year, then it's very rare that I'll go back and finish it. So it will have to be within that first 6 months or so.
Did you finish the other Persona games?
Nah.
That's why I'm tempted to say you need to put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, but the thing was that I got the full experience because I didn't play the original Persona 4.
Yeah.
I got Golden, but by that stage the animation was out. And the animation's really good. So it just plays through the entire story of Persona 4.
Oh, really?
In like a 20, 40 episode series.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And it's full voice acting. All the English actors return from the game. Like it's a brilliant anime series.
Oh, cool.
And I watched it and I was like, mint. Like, I
got to see that now.
Yeah. And, but I played through all the Dancing All Night and the other side stories.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Which is great.
20 Hot Chips credits.
Yeah, that was in my top 5 games last year, right?
I always want to just chuck down like $20 says you won't finish it.
We're Hot Chips. We condone gambling.
Gambling is fun. Yeah, it's a form of gaming.
Come on.
Yeah,
let's not go there.
Yeah,
I hate when they see that term gaming, and then I'm like, it's arcade machines.
Yeah.
So that's my number one most anticipated game.
I just want to throw. We can all have a turn, but I just want to throw out some others out there as well. Bravely Default. Bravely Second. So the sequel to Bravely Default, which I feel now that you're a 3DS owner, you need to. If you're at all interested in JRPGs, I think this would be a good one to jump on. Zelda at the end of this year.
Zelda Wii U.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly. Fingers crossed.
They can't delay it anymore, right? It's already been delayed a year and a half. So. They can't delay it. It was meant. a year. It was meant to come out in November.
They can do what they want.
Nintendo don't usually do delays.
They don't. Yeah.
Star Fox. Kind of
Zero. Star Fox Zero.
Yeah. Star Fox Zero.
That's pretty cool. That's
And then you've mentioned Mafia 3 as well. That's another
Yeah.
one that looks great.
Yeah.
Division.
Yeah.
Those are all
And
definitely
now a couple that are probably flying under our radar just because they're big AAA titles that we're getting bored of. We got Far Cry Primal, which
right.
I think it's a really interesting sort of mix for what they've done for their genre. Like they've taken a very big risk, but I feel like it is going to be very Far Cry and very kind of mainstream.
Yeah.
I see what you mean there. But also Doom, and I personally am looking forward to Doom. You seem to be bored with Doom, and I think that's one of the pulls of Doom. Like it's about just kicking back, shooting some guys, and seeing some visceral kind of blood guts action. I think it's cool, but I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be a Prodigy, but I think it's going to be cool to dig in there and see what it's all about. It's probably not going to be much about the story, but like going through the map and chaining kills together, I think it's going to feel satisfying, for at least the beginning of it.
I'm down on it, but it will feel like a game that is built to be a video game, which is just here's some fun go.
Yeah,
here's nothing else. Just have fun.
Yeah. And sometimes that can be rewarding. Just when you want to have a little bit of you don't want to have to think.
Yeah, I get it. It's not for me, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's cool, and we're in for a lot of unannounced titles, obviously. That'll be coming out.
There'll be a new Assassin's Creed announced shortly.
I thought it wasn't announced already.
Syndicate was the last one.
They're not doing one this year. Confirmed.
What? They're not doing one?
They're not.
Ubisoft, are you okay?
Was that confirmed?
Yeah, that is confirmed. They're not doing one this year.
Holy shit. Okay, well, maybe it's because they're doing the movie. The movie's out this year.
The movie is out this year, and they did release Assassin's Creed The Chronicles this year, but they mean like a main Assassin's Creed game this year. They're not doing it.
Oh, I'm actually thankful for that.
Yeah, a lot of people are. There's been a lot of positive feedback for that and saying, like, really work on one and make it amazing. Yeah. But funnily enough, like all the Chronicles series games just look like way better concepts than what they've done, except for Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. Like Black Flag was really well done, the pirates and everything. But in Chronicles, they've got India and they've got Japan, I think.
Right.
And those settings, the way that they've done it in the game, looks really cool, and the assassin suits look cool. Like I want to see.
It's not a full 3D game, though, is it?
It's a 3D side scroller.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Cool. Like it's it's not a main AC release. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, I think that's everything then.
Yeah. Let us know what your anticipated games are, and especially your PlayStation one. Put it down in the comments below, and you might be in for a copy of Gravity Rush Remastered on PS4.
Awesome. We'll catch you next Tuesday or Thursday for more fresh video content.
Cool.